If my game goes, okay. If my game goes, tell me.
All right. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the show. Before I begin, if you check the pin comment in chat, you will find 5 GoFundMes from my friends James, Colley, Angela Ariaga, Moonshock, The Hey Camel, and Maddy. These are all good people except for James, and they've all times and could use a little assistance. So anything you can give is greatly appreciated. Tonight on the show, we have Kyiverdam. Hey, Kyiv.
Hello.
As you can see from our audio avatars, we are all rocking the Rat Pack. You know, so I'll play the intro and let the show begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
welcome to the Midnight Show with the Midnight Crew. Rotncorpse, Angela Ariaga, James Colley, WillItForge, and our host, Dear Alexander, with special guest Kyiverdam. With that, ladies and gentlemen, let us begin.
All right. Excuse me. Sorry about that.
The tide is on
Time's on my side. Yes,
I think he's trying for the tide is high, but...
Oh. Out of the tree of life, I just picked me a plum. Oh, y'all don't know the best is yet to come. Oh my God. People are terrible.
Is that one of them
I wouldn't have known that was what
ancestral work songs?
It paid me to figure it out. No.
Low,
sweet
cherry on.
No. It is that is one of my favorite Sinatra songs, and except for Fly Me to the Moon.
Sweet Chariot? Or
No, The Best Is Yet to Come.
Okay.
I also like It's Almost Like Being in Love.
When the moon hits your eye like a pizza pie, that's
amore.
When the moon hits your
That
nose
was
and
the
you
thing, wasn't it?
pronounced tree sycamore.
Too much wine.
I think that one was Dean.
Yeah. The morning was Dean, so was Mona Lisa.
So let's. Have y'all seen the latest political ad come out of for Kamala?
No.
I'm with her.
Any ad that I see, and some of it is of Kamala, I skip. So
Yeah, I try to skip them as fast as I can, but
I don't know. I don't know. I see this ad and I'm thinking about voting for her. I just
the last one I saw had her taking credit for things that Joe claims to have done, which he kind of did after doing exactly the opposite because Trump did it first and Trump couldn't have a win.
Yeah, hold on now. I want y'all to keep an open mind with this, okay? I want y'all to keep an open mind.
Are you gonna make me Are you gonna make me have another scene like last night?
No, ma'am. I just want everybody to keep an open mind. This is a very good one, and I would like for y'all to keep an open mind about her. All right.
Now, I haven't been shot in the head, so I probably don't have an open enough mind for this.
Open your mind like she opened her legs to get to the top.
Yes! See, Keith gets it. Now, hold on. Everybody listen. Come on now. I think y'all will like this one.
Come on.
Can y'all hear it?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
Harris and your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant. Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time. Another
Yellow
trying to
school
sound
bus.
black. I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's tight. And okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking. The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring. And just remember, when voting this November, it is important to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, I mean Joe Biden. Do you think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
Again, I'm thinking about voting for it.
If
That
she
ad.
becomes president, we're going to be in war as quickly as we would have if Hillary Clinton had become president.
Well, all I'm going to say is that if Kamala Harris is voted president, her official act as president is to send every American a vibrator. Just to let y'all know how fucked we are.
Let me put it this way.
Okay.
Don't vote Harris. I like not being a pile of ash and a smudge on somebody's garage.
I'll put it to you like this. President, she will legalize being a whore.
Well, it's like that one meme. It had Monica Lewinsky.
Wait a minute, I think I have that meme.
Yeah. I posted it on my Twitter.
I think this is the one I sent to was it Trap? No, I sent it to Shroom. I think I can get away with this one. It's not too risky.
Oh.
Nope,
is
not that
the
one.
second person her running mate then, or
Ty says, being a whore is already illegal. It's called OnlyFans. My bad.
Yeah, just sent me something. Yeah.
Hey, that's where I got my desktop fan.
At OnlyFans?
Yeah, that's the website that they only have fans.
Yeah. And Kefk has the only toe beans. It only shows toe beans.
Oh.
I love Kefk, but she's weird.
I bet if Satsu started it, it'd be only pans, because, you know.
Yeah.
I sent you something on Discord.
I got.
there
I'm
you go.
just.
I mean, if it was Satsu, it could also potentially be only Flan.
All right. I'm gonna play it.
My fellow Americans, I want to take a moment to address some of the hateful shit you've been talking about me. Many of you have said I am suffering from brain worms, or that I have applesauce for brains. Well, I won't mince words, so here it is. Fuck you. You're all a bunch of faggots. End of quote. Repeat the line. So enjoy President Cackles or President Booty Juice? I really don't give two fucks anymore. Biden out. My fellow Americans.
Wow. That was funny.
Enjoy President Cackles or President Booty Juice. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, and since we brought up the David McCollum thing, I brought up the song of his from his, I think it was jazz album called "The Edge," was the name of the song that was sampled for a metric fuck ton of hip hop songs. So we'll see if you can get this one.
That's I know what that is. Pause it. That's the next episode. That's Dr. Dre's Still Dre. That's it's WDRE.
Yep.
Nate Dogg sampled it. Yeah, I know that song. I know that riff. What's happening in what?
Didn't Tom Loke redo that on to the next episode?
No, so there's a rap song called "The Next Episode." It's Dr. Dre's
And Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, Snoop Dogg. God damn it!
Coming.
I should have mentioned it was rap or hip hop.
That's what happens when you live between a police station and a fire department.
I used to live right beside a fire department or firehouse. Sorry, and yeah, I know it.
Kind of like Scribe.
Yeah.
Fire station, highway patrol office.
It wasn't bad if your house was burning down. So.
Really?
Probably a good thing that I wasn't.
Nah, they were there like lickety split.
What did you do that your house was burning down?
Oh no, when the house not that far from us burnt down.
He was playing with matches and a can of gasoline next to the drapes.
I was not that time.
It wasn't gasoline, it was lighter fluid. Sorry.
He was shooting
Get it right.
cans. He was shooting cans off the propane tank near the generator.
Nope. He was free basing.
No, it was not free basing.
Wait, that's not how that goes.
God damn it, James.
Actually, it's probably a good thing I didn't get into streaming till after I left North Carolina, because I lived just down from the high school, and Friday nights and some Saturday nights you could hear the marching band at the football games.
Fuck.
That actually happens here too.
That would be annoying.
The high school that actually it helped me sleep a lot.
Didn't help me sleep at all.
That would piss me the fuck off.
I took it in stride.
I also used to live by a hospital. Sirens and the Flight for Life helicopter.
So,
boy,
around the same place we lived, where we were next to the firehouse, it was also a rail train tracks. So every so often you could hear the tracks rattle, and if it was a large enough train, you hear.
Yep, I live by train tracks too.
Oh man, so if you you got autism, that's a perfect place to live.
Oh, shut up!
I'm sorry, I've been watching a lot of the Unsubscribed podcast, and like they had both the Aidens from the Lore Lodge on there, and the one who does a lot of most of the editing, the longer hair guy. Like he actually talked about how that's what since they live near a train yard, that's what his mom would do to get like a couple hours apiece. She would drive down there, park, read a book while he would watch the trains.
Wow. So it kept him busy.
Growing up, we had the train tracks just over a mile from the house, and a clear view across farm fields to it. And it was country, so they hit the horn close to every intersection, because only one intersection within 10 miles of our house had a crossing gate, and two, you never see a headline that says car train accident, car wins.
Yep.
I hate level crosses.
I
actually had close family friends. He got hit at an intersection of not the closest to our house, one closer to his house. He was in his car and got hit by a train there, and he wouldn't let the authorities call his wife to let her know what happened because he was the first person in the existence of that railroad crossing to get hit by a train in their vehicle at that crossing and live.
Oof.
Whoa.
And it's like, no, you're not going to call her and tell her that I got hit by a train here because nobody's lived through that before.
Oh,
Man,
wow.
That's wild.
Country life is interesting stuff sometimes.
Off the rails.
But it
Wow.
where's the rim shot?
James.
He's talking to someone else, it sounds like. So he's got his
yeah.
mic muffled.
I haven't been paying much attention to most of the news because most of the news cycle has been dominated by Kamala and her stupidity.
Yes. Let's not forget she's not the border czar.
Yeah, you're right.
Just deemed.
Terry, you don't need to yell. We can.
Oh, sorry. I was fixing my mic. But yes, she isn't the border czar, but she's also not. She was never in charge of anything. All the bad shit that happened under her watch never happened.
See, I've got to let you know every time I see her behind a podium speaking, this is what I hear.
I shouldn't be up here.
Well, technically,
Bravo.
there's a lot of primaries that she missed. And if she's not careful, she might miss the filing dates on whether or not she can be on ballots in certain states.
Well, it's very interesting because one, with some early voting stuff, there have already been supposedly ballots returned for Biden Harris, and if that's the case, she doesn't get those votes. Votes for Biden for president. But it's very another interesting thing is if the source that I read is correct, it's already too late for her to get on the ballot in Nevada unless either Joe dies or they 25th him.
And they're not going to 25th him.
If they don't 25th him, and if he doesn't die before the election, it's not legal to put another person on the ballot after something like the fourth Friday in June or something like that, and Biden didn't drop out till July.
You know what gets me about this entire situation? It is literally a Reagan Mondale situation. There is absolutely no way they're not going to get destroyed. It was a catastrophic failure, and I honestly, everything I've been hearing about the Lee Harvey Oswald situation.
Lee Harvey Oswald?
No. Quartering called him Lee Harvey Oswald, and I like it.
Well, I heard his first name was Ree.
His first name is Will, but get that. But again, here's this kid. He's 20 years old. He has an improvised explosive device. Remote detonator, and they mysteriously the two guards, the two police officers that were supposed to be guarding that location, one left his key card and got locked out, and the other went there to let him in.
There is all kinds of stuff that does not make sense about that, including enforcement supposedly being in the building. In one of the places that they were supposedly had a window overview of where the guy was on the roof. Standing in that window, I could have picked him off with a handgun.
Unfortunately, the people in that room were actually local law enforcement, not the not the Secret
They
Service.
still-
And
Yeah, but they
without
still
the
had
Secret
jurisdiction.
Services, without the Secret, no, once the Secret Service took over protection of the area, they now need, it's required for them to have clearance from the Secret Service to take any type of action. When they asked the Secret Service if they should prepare to take a shot if anything happened, they told him no, try to apprehend him.
Who's the little in the upper right left corner?
Schwartz.
Fucking the Schwartz.
Guillermo? Upper right. Oh, that's Rotncorpse.
Yeah, Sinatra's corpse.
But for the record, local law enforcement does not have a license to kill.
Yeah, that's exactly.
The Secret Service does.
Well, no.
The
it's
thing
that.
is, if they saw a person taking a sniper position with a rifle and pointing it at somebody, they absolutely can perforate that person. And the place where they were was outside the perimeter, which I can't believe I'm going to say this, is something that I agree with AOC about. She was actually in that stopped clock situation where she was right for once in her life. There is absolutely no excuse for that building being outside the secured perimeter, especially considering it's less than half the effective range of the most popular rifle in the country. Heck, it's within range of the most popular handguns in the country.
Yeah.
And if you've got them braced and sighted and practiced with, I know a guy who can cut the center out of a paper target at that range with a handgun.
Shit. That's again. This whole thing smells like an op. It smells like they tried to kill him and they failed.
I'm just of the belief that you just done like they would do with the ATF. Hey, I think there's a dog on that roof.
Again, I think Secret Service. I think Trump needs to get a better Secret Service team. I think he needs to hire Mr. Magoo, Kurt the Cowardly Dog, Thelma without her glasses, and what was that one that was always scared?
And bro, you can't include Courage in there because while he was scared, he still did things because it was always the things I do for love.
Yeah, it's Shaggy and Scooby.
Yeah, Zoinks. No, you gotta get the one in front. Is Thelma without her glasses.
Thelma without her glasses. I can't see without my glasses.
That's why she was waving the gun around. That's why she couldn't hold her gun. She couldn't see.
Oh, that.
Well,
talk about incompetence. Trying to holster her badge or her gun in her badge, then flagging her hand with it. Her holster was like 3 inches back from her badge. You could see it in one of the video angles.
Why did she have her gun that close to her crotch?
I don't know.
There's a lot of people do stuff like that.
Badge with a B, like boy.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
Took me a moment there, James. Wow.
In a moment.
Most of his security detail or a significant portion of it wasn't Secret Service, and a significant portion that was Secret Service was rookies.
Well, you know, Trump was trying to work.
They deliberately tanked him with the least competent security detail they could get away with. It just happened to be on the day that somebody is shooting at him.
Again, this all reeks of an op. It just he's a 20-year-old kid. He has ties to the Democrats. He had an improvised explosive device, and then magically, in the exact moment in time where he needed to be up there, people that were supposed to be looking out were gone. I'm smelling too many red flags, and nothing's going to stop from smelling that.
Maybe he's just our government's grossly inept.
Well,
gross ineptness is definitely on the table here when you consider that from a security standpoint, that roof is one of two locations that they did not have sniper counter sniper teams that they absolutely should have. Completely inexcusable not to have a sniper counter sniper team on that roof and on the water tower. And also completely inexcusable not to have the security cordon at least another 150 to 250 yards out.
Again,
Trump did say that he was going to go back to Butler and redo his rally. And then Democrats said, that's cool, we'll take another shot at it.
I mean, again, they're gonna fucking fail. It's gonna be hilarious. Who they should have sent was fucking Alec Baldwin. He'd have shot Trump. He'd have hit him center mass. You know what we
center mass could have hit him under one arm and across the spine and out the other lung.
How is he fucking not in jail? How? Explain that shit to me.
Because it was the armorer's fault?
Because he's got a...
No. Because money. The thing is, James, that a death like that, it's entirely possible to have more than one person criminally culpable. It definitely the armorer's fault, but no amount of criminal culpability on the armorer's part excuses him pointing what he knew to be a real gun at another person without legal justification of self-defense, etc., cocking the hammer and squeezing the trigger.
Plus, from everything that I've heard about that situation, he was being a dick to the woman. Like, they were going through some shit, and he was being an ass, and he made violent threats to her. So, starting to smell. But I guess when you got money, you can get away with murder.
I don't think he would go that far as murder. You know?
No, I do not.
I don't put shit past anybody.
He, the thing is, I would not be surprised if he deliberately squeezed the trigger. That would not surprise me at all. But I do not think that he believed for a moment that it was loaded with real ammo.
Yeah.
It was a blocking shot. It shouldn't have had any kind of load in it at all.
No, the point of the shot was to, what was it called? Fuck.
A blocking shot.
It was blocking here. They were trying to set up the scene.
They're trying to set up the scene, figure out the angle, the look, how he is supposed to act, and everything like that. And simply put, they pulled a claim of a Brady violation for what was not relevant evidence Everything okay there in chat?
I'm not paying attention to that shit. My motto is you can say whatever the hell you want. I can care less.
I think the reason is partially money and partially because you're talking about a guy who was like one of the only males ever to actually be listed as America's sweetheart.
You know what? Let's do some asshole stories.
I thought we just were.
You're
Who's the headless
always
stuttering John?
I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do an asshole.
Thank you, Rotten or Will. I can't remember which one of you has that. I'm going to put it in chat for those that want to read along.
They called it a discovery. Well, they talked about discovery violations, some of which were arguably not remotely close to actual discovery violations. Like, hey, we learned about this and we told them pretty much immediately. We couldn't tell them much earlier because we didn't know about it much earlier. Where the an actual determination of a violation of discovery would have required the determination of bad faith, and there was nothing to support a claim of bad faith, even taking everything in the light most favorable to the defendant there. It's just money. He had some of the best lawyers, and they were jerks and pains in the butt and gaming the system as much as they could, but he had some of the best lawyers money could buy. And they pulled enough different stunts in the trial to then pull off what they could claim technically was a Brady violation that wasn't a Brady violation because it was not in any way relevant to the case. And we're talking about as a matter of law.
Hold
on. A charge of involved.
Rotten.
Yes.
You, sir,
by the way, this is
gentleman.
via Brandon Herrera's video. Yeah, I want to make sure I give credit, unlike the one dude where it's really small in there, and he's showing a thing from, Brandon Herrera's channel, trying to see if they could replicate the shot that was taken on the president, which the only way they could legitimately do it to hit the ear of a ballistics gel dummy was to move like 10 feet away. Because with the red dot he was using, you know, 10 times out of 12, you're just going to hit people.
Yeah, Mr.
Again.
Guns and Gear made it pretty clear his opinion on why it only clipped the ear was just the wind right at the time the shot was taken.
The wind,
divine intervention.
Actually, for that, it would have been less the wind and more of just him turning his head. Typically, even 22s at like the 200 yard, like a 22 LR, is not that affected by the wind that far. So it's like a 5.56 has, or 2.23 has more weight behind it and better rifle, or it's like and usually better rifling, even with like a kind of piece of shit AR with a to some people too far forward red dot.
All right, guys. Am I the asshole? What?
Yes.
Hey, James. Damn.
Now, before we start the asshole stories, there's a couple of things I need to address.
Sure.
And a couple of those things is, I don't. Of course, I don't have credit. White. Another thing I need to address is, if chat was more interesting, I would read more of it. Yeah.
Okay.
And to the person that says that I can eat a bag of dicks.
What did I miss?
Apparently we got either. Apparently we got raided or whatever the fuck, and we had a bunch of assholes. I could care less.
I don't really care either. Half these guys I don't even know.
Yeah.
I'm just in here going.
I hope I didn't bring them here.
My Gar's here.
Oh yeah, my Gar's always
I know
here.
my Gar, and of course I know Terry.
I hope I didn't bring them here.
It's all good. I mean, trolls will be trolls. I think it's a badge of honor. We have trolls now. Fucking yes.
Wow.
I mean, if they made them out of chocolate and they were gummy and they were like larger than the regular bag of dicks, I'm all for that.
James, you can't be telling people what we do on Friday nights. Oh my God.
Really
Keep
quick,
that
I
a
have
secret.
to address Guillermo, the handyman to the stars, and say if you want to offend someone, maybe don't use the word nerd when they're proud of it.
Oh, God damn it, you semantical bastard.
Never heard of cosplaying old people before. I am old. I don't have to cosplay it.
Conspiracy nuts. It's only a conspiracy if we're wrong.
Did somebody say something about cosplaying old people? I actually cosplayed a World War II taxi dancer once. I guess that counts. Well, technically, that was a Halloween costume. I don't know if that counts as cosplay.
Oh,
I have no clue.
I'm looking back through some of the old messages. Tony said my edibles are kicking in. Well, then the stream should be sounding pretty good to you about now.
Whose edibles are kicking in?
Apparently someone was stream slurping, but...
It's all good. Like, I fucking care. Hey! Awesome.
I'm the first person that I get tinfoil hatty, but...
my pink sock is inflamed.
My tinfoil hat usually makes sense, so...
I mean,
It's
it's
the
not the
person
first
that has
time
the
people
edibles
go
kicking in.
to other people's streams to fuck with them. I've seen a lot of people do it. Just from what I'm reading of their chats, like, they're not.
Has anyone here ever perforated someone? Well, since there's certain statute of limitations that have not expired, I will not answer that question.
Perforated as in stabbed?
No, maybe. I don't know. Shit.
I think they're talking about long distance hole punching.
Someone also asked if anyone would bang Angela.
What?
Would any of you bang Angela? Be honest, so I zapped them.
No, he actually asked how many of us have.
Something.
Somebody asked how many people. No one on
How
this
many of
stream
us?
No one on this stream has had that pleasure. Thank you.
All right, Keith. I thank you for doing that one. That one was above the pale.
Wow, I'm like, do you guys have a pulse? Well, my medical monitors are not going hog wild, so I'm pretty sure I do.
Well, technically I'm a Lich, so I don't have a pulse either.
Can you guys speak any slower?
Yes, we can.
I have two speeds, fast and helium.
I have two speeds. Kiss my ass and fuck off.
Oh, I do have something to ask you, Tier.
Yeah, sure.
I saw this YouTube short today. That if you have a lot of high-end items, you're supposed to check them in with TSA. However, if you have a long-distance hole puncher, that the difference is that you still have to check it, but you have to put your own lock on the one that has the hole puncher in it versus a TSA lock.
Right, so what happens? Hey, Travis.
Apparently, a bunch of people decided to join chat and get dickish, including being incredibly rude to me. But
I'll put it to you like this.
Let's be really, let's really cut to the quick here on it. As far as the panel up here, if you're going to be dickish to the folks up here, there's only 2 people up here that I care if you are. Everybody else, I could not care less. But you don't get dickish to Angela, and you don't get dickish to the guest.
Well, let's just look at it this way. They got smacked down. Let's move along and stop giving them any more time.
And you know what? That's true. Let's James.
I was just explaining to Travis what happened.
James. So with that, you have to have your own. It has to be locked, and a lockbox the ammo away from it. That's the only way. And it has to be. You have to check it in. You can't just bring it in through like a car. You can't have it as carry-on.
I should be able to. I've had more background checks than you have.
No. I'm not saying that, but you still can't bring it through as a carry-on, Will.
I know. I'm just saying it's absurd. I've had more background checks than you have.
The only people I know of who are allowed to have a gun that is not secured on a flight are like air marshals.
Federal air marshals, undercovers that are like tailing KCMs, known suspected terrorists.
FBI.
No, I think FBI they have to get a declaration. Like they have to tell us they're carrying it.
Yeah,
basically.
Well, I mean, they can, because basically if you're dealing with a special agent from the FBI, if they're on duty, it's not legal for them to be without
their weapon.
But they still there's still a process like they gotta go through.
Yeah, air marshals they gotta go through, but they can carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Secret Service can do it because there have been a few times where senators have come through with their Secret Service detachments, and they've been armed. So yeah.
Yeah, I was just curious about some of that.
If you are, also prisoner transfers can carry. But like I was about to say, if you're that important, like say the president, he won't go through commercial. So there's, at least in my airport, there's a separate special little airport that only private jets, private helicopters, certain military officials, government officials, federal government officials, senators and up that high, and it was another one. I think important businessmen. That's the only one that goes to.
Says transfer prisoners also carry on. Well, that's only if you're stupid enough not to check the prisoner.
Well, I've been a part of 2 prisoner transports actually. We're supposed to watch them. Like from my end, we're watching the transport, making sure they only go up so far, and then it's properly transferred. And then the ones getting off the plane will go back inside, while the ones that are taking the prisoner off the plane will leave.
Yeah, I don't even want to think about what that would be like. I know you're not there, but I don't even want to think about what that would be like in New Jersey.
Logistically, that's just a fucking nightmare.
New Jersey's a nightmare all around for guns. One of my former employees, back when I had a business, was a former police chief. He was involved in a prisoner transfer from New Jersey, and they would not let out-of-state police carry across the state line. They're like, okay, we're not entering the state without our sidearms. Bring them to the state border.
And that's usually what it is. So, technically, airports are like special in a sense. It's a part of the State Department, right? Like, my airport is part of Maryland. But prisoner transports can occur there, and they're legally allowed to carry for that part, and they have to go back immediately. They get off the plane, transfer the prisoner, get back on the plane.
See, I don't think Jersey would let you do that.
Well, that's kind of like it's really bad that I'm going to bring up a movie. But if you ever watched The Terminal,
Yeah, they couldn't kick him out of the airport.
They couldn't kick him out of the airport because he hadn't actually entered the United States yet.
Yeah, the concept is wild, and I can't really remember what it's considered. But I want to do the asshole story because why not? Am I the asshole for making a dummy account to try to bait my 23-year-old female boyfriend, 20 male, to see if he'll bite?
Probably.
Yes, you're paranoid. You don't trust the guy you're with, and you shouldn't be with him if you don't trust him.
I put it in chat, and I'll put it again just for those that came late.
I'd say you are the asshole. But...
All right. So
cheers for reading this to us.
Just based on the headline.
Wow, I love my friends. Wow. I used to think that this guy was for sure the one till little by little I figured out bits of him by accident. Like this one time, I realized that he still adds a ton of women to his account. Hold on. To his account, which in his defense could have been previously added and just recently accepted, or like the one time where he kept asking random people if they could get him in group chats where they share scandal and whatnot. I don't see how that's any... Okay. I was taken aback, but he somehow convinced me that he did that for the boys are boys reasons. I forgave him for all those cause what's a relationship without flaws, right? Perfect. I'm not a perfect partner either. I mean, here I am doing dumbass shit. Clearly. As the title states, I made a dummy account and reached out to him. I did this because my dumb brain thought it would be a great idea to recreate a post I saw where her boyfriend left her for her dummy account. I mean, what did I really expect here, though? I already... wait a minute. It's just a little bit more, Angela. I already initiated shit when I formulated how dumb it was, so I still went for it. And lo and behold, he replies as flirtily as I do, even agrees to call and meet up. I chat him with my other account where he already says his good nights and stuff, and he doesn't respond, but promised with another account he was ringing. I don't know what to do. Please learn how to write. To do at this point. So I answered, and he was shocked, although he said he kind of knew it, but he was denying it so hard. He said he entertained her dummy account because of the odd gut feeling telling him it was me. I don't know if I should believe him or not because my brain cells, all 5 of them, are the one who got me in this mess in the first place. So would I trust him at this point? He expressed how disappointed he was that I did this because it would show how much trust I had left in him, which, to be fair, is actually right. But then again, there's a part of him that still entertained the thoughts, even though he thought it wasn't me. I don't even know what to do, so please guide my idiotic brain to the right place. Am I the ass? You are.
Break up for each other.
Save yourself some heartache. Break up with him. Break up with her.
Yeah, I'll kind of. I mean, looking at it, you pulled one that's got the flag. Everybody sucks. I'll ride that one just fine. Everybody sucks.
I don't think everybody sucks in
this one.
She got ratioed too. No upvotes, but 10 comments.
I don't think the boyfriend sucks in this situation, to be honest with you.
Well, I mean, yeah,
it really depends on how.
Wait, hold on, Angela.
Let Angela.
Did you say let Will go or?
No,
Angela, then Will.
Okay. It really depends on what you expect in a relationship. Do you expect your man to be blind and not notice that other women exist? Or do you just expect him not to actually go out and fuck around? If he didn't go out and fuck around and was just talking, that might be different. It depends on how your relationship is.
Like, my point of view on this is, if you don't trust him enough to, when he says, "No, baby, I'm not doing anything," and you have to come up with this idiotic scheme, just fucking leave at this point. Like, break up.
That is my opinion on the fact. The facts that we've been given. Just to be clear. Also, you said Will was going to get a chance to say his.
Oh, go ahead, Will. Sorry.
Oh, it seems to me that it depends, some of it as far as criticizing him, which I'm willing to do, but it does require taking some of the things that she said at face value and possibly even in a light most favorable to her, least favorable to him. And you got to go with that second. I'll be generous and call it a paragraph. Her acknowledging how dumb it was and deciding to do it anyway. She's kind of blatant and obvious. I have this notion that a blind deaf man would have been able to tell that it was her trying to test them.
Honestly, personal opinion, I think she was just looking for an excuse to break up. And now she's trying to, because the shit went this way, she's just like, oh, well, I totally wasn't doing this. He was perfect for me.
I kind of think it's like somebody who watches or listens to War of the Roses too much, or like she said, she saw freaking somebody else on the internet do this stupid shit, and decided it was funny and she was gonna play, and
she got burned.
Ended up playing herself instead.
James,
definitely playing herself.
Well, I've got two questions. First off,
two answers.
He said that he had a friend who made a secondary account and left his girlfriend for the secondary account.
No, so it was a female, and she was reading how she saw this online or somewhere, and then the girl in that scenario, her man left her for her alt account. Her dummy account.
Okay, and I have a question on that one. The question that I have for this is the first part of the question. Did that secondary account change the password so it wouldn't see what she couldn't see what the secondary account was doing?
I don't know.
What?
That's a good question, huh?
So if he had access,
I don't even know what you just asked.
No, so she could see what the secondary account was doing, as if she was two different people.
See, you read this, and it's like, do you like pina coladas?
I'm not drunk.
Yeah.
This.
It'll make sense the more stones you get.
Wait a minute. I love how in scary movies the person yells out "hello" as going to be like, "Hey, I'm in the kitchen. Want a sandwich?"
But all joking aside on this one, yes. The chick is
young and dumb.
Oh, what
at
is
least
it?
Dumb.
She is suiciding her own relationship. You know, what is it? That fateful prophecy?
Self-fulfilling prophecy?
Yes.
She literally said it in the article. If you listen to what she said, she was like, the guy in the first scenario left his girlfriend for the alternate account. I don't know what I thought was going to happen.
It gets better because in that scenario, I'm pretty sure she knows what her man would like. So I'm pretty sure she's using all those honeyed words and playing what he likes to get him to bite. Oh, you like anime? I like anime too. I like this one. You know, a friend of mine told me about X, Y, and Z. Oh yeah, well, you know, and you started playing up stuff he likes.
Oh, that's just dirty messing with someone based on anime likes.
No, I'm just using that as the example. She had knowledge of his preferences, so she probably played to those preferences. If say he had a thing for blondes with black lipstick, I'll get a picture of a blonde with black lipstick and entice him more. The scenario is more. What's what I'm looking for? She used she entrapped him. It was entrapment. She created a scenario in which he would bite to get him to bite. If this was in a court of law, it would never fucking hold up.
Dear, that's the problem. When you're in a relationship, the only law that matters is how fucked up your partner is and what's in their head.
All right, let me read another one. All right. Am I the asshole for calling out the bride? And I will put the archive in chat because that's what I do.
It absolutely not, because that's one of my favorite songs. I write sins, not tragedies.
Right for help. Hold on, sorry. God damn it, Keith, I have to go. Could you send it to me, Keith?
Alright. Okay.
Keith, there's a reason why Rot and I are able to pull this off. That way we use virtual cams. At least that's how I do it.
Alright.
Oh, that is unfortunate. I love that meme. Well.
And this is the one that Keith just sent me.
I have to dig through some of my old devices for some photos I actually took. I gotta find the one. I'll share it. The church advertising adult movie night.
You actually showed me that one before.
Did I? Okay, so I've got it around somewhere.
Have you failed English? Impossible.
No, it's you have failed English.
Well, you see tear-filled English, so
clearly. Speaking about the girlfriend that's fucked in the head, I woke up one night to my girlfriend trying to pierce my. God damn, Michael.
What the hell?
I woke up a couple of times that where my ex-wife was going to do facial piercings from a distance.
James.
She had the piercing unit in her hand.
That longest hole puncher?
Yes.
God damn, James, I'm so fucking glad she didn't.
This is why you don't piss off redheads.
That's a bad combination.
Bored and so no, fuck no.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I quit smoking.
That's not sober and bored. That's nutty as a fruitcake.
So a college friend of mine's woke up to his girlfriend at the time, knife at his throat, told him, if you ever cheat on me, I will fucking kill you. Because she had a dream he cheated on her.
That's a good time to break up.
Yeah.
A text message from another state.
Off a burner phone.
It was really good
immediately
knowing you, but I realized when you were threatening my life that we do not belong together.
Especially because of the dream you had.
Yeah, it's like...
Well, I mean, the equivalent
your
of that...
brain came up with this.
Have you heard the male equivalent to that of like you cheated on me in a dream, and it's for men it's that their partner keeps messing up in their post-apocalyptic dream.
Oh wow, she was pregnant, huh? Damn.
No, she kept messing up by that whole thing of like.
No, Mike R.
Sorry.
That
allegedly pregnant. Well, that messes with a woman's head.
Allegedly.
Yeah, with allegedly on there.
Purportedly.
Kind of like the ginger in boots.
Again, that's fucking insane.
It's a thing from the first season of Letterkenny. So
Hey,
did you know the ginger in boots fucked an ostrich? Allegedly.
Allegedly. All right. So am I the asshole for calling out the bride? Did I put the art? I don't think I put it in chat. I was distracted.
Was it time to speak now or forever hold your peace?
There it is.
It was
Okay.
time to speak now or forever hold your peace, and you spoke now. Maybe not.
One of my best friends is getting married next year, and she chose to have 9 bridesmaids. She also declared
She hates everybody.
She also declared that the bachelorette party is going to be in Tulama and will cost about $800 plus airfare. Out of the bridesmaid, only 3 can comfortably afford the trip, both time and money-wise. When some of her bridesmaids told her they can't really afford to go and would like her to reconsider her bachelorette, she was upset. She's getting pushback. She was upset about getting pushback, and she said she knew this when planning the trip, and she didn't expect all her bridesmaids to go, and they can all do something else less expensive closer to the wedding. But she still wants to go to her Tuma trip with maybe 5 bridesmaids for her bachelorette. To be fair, she is going to pay for her own portion of the trip. I told her it was... God, Jesus Christ, learn to fucking write. I told her it was...
Like, in a way, the plot to... God, I cannot think of the name of the fucking movie.
The Hangover?
No. Like, there is a plot to where... Or it's like a movie to where the main character is a single chick, her best friend's getting married, and like when they go do their her bachelorette party, since the one who's the main bridesmaid or the maid of honor is kind of broke, she's like, "Hey, let's do something here," and everyone's like, "No, we got to go to Vegas."
Would that be the movie Bridesmaids?
Bridesmaids? Was it Bridesmaids?
I think it was Bridesmaids. I don't remember because I was most likely rather intoxicated.
So was you on the average night? Got it.
In the military? Close.
All right, we just got a little bit more.
Vegas odds were in your favor.
Well, I've got before we get to the end, I got a question because the bride is scheduling and planning all of this. I thought like the bachelor and the bachelorette parties were
Made
Yeah, as far as the details were worked out by other people. You get the best man and the maid of honor working out the details for that, not the particular guest of honor. The guest of honor, you're not supposed to be doing the.
Which indicates that this is a bridezilla to begin with.
Hi, si, da, oui. Yes.
A courthouse wedding, like my mom and stepdad did.
My cousin got married in a courthouse. They didn't have a big wedding.
That's what I'm gonna try to do if I get hitched. But then again, I don't have any grandparents left to impress. So
when my mom and dad married, they just had. I think they got married at that little wedding chapel in Vegas. So. Yeah, my mom's not big on. Oh, it's all about me.
Elvis marry him?
You know?
Oh, because if Elvis married him, that's like an Elvis impersonator married him. That's props in my opinion.
Say, Mrs. Forge and I got married in our living room. So
really,
my cousin recently got married at the zoo.
My grandparents were common law married because they had been together since.
One of my good buddies in the military, he got married in the conference room of our unit.
She met him when she was 13 and he was like 16, and they was living together since she was 15, and they got officially married when my mother turned 25, because I was at their wedding. And they got officially married in the courthouse.
Yeah, see, my parents' wedding, or for that, like, majority of what was done was, like, a lot of the people who did the shit for my parents knew, so, like, a lot of that shit was a gift from, like, them. Like, the people who did the fucking band or reception knew my dad, and were just like, you cool with this being your wedding gift? My dad's like, fuck yeah. I don't have to pay the band? Hell yeah.
I've never understood the big wedding. Like, again, it was a money sink.
The wedding was small. The reception was what was pretty big, and majority of their friends could not walk home. Most of them could not walk by the end of the night.
So I think the only official wedding...
Because they were so drunk, or because it was so crowded, or both?
Because they were so drunk, not because of how crowded it was. No, they all got straight shit house. Like, quite literally, they coordinated. Majority of them coordinated like 3 weeks in advance of who was driving who home.
Since we're showing cats, I'll show mine. But
where?
What was I about to say?
Where's the kitty?
Hold on.
I would have.
But men say at closing time.
I don't know where the picture of my cat is before she passed.
Oh.
That was like 8 years ago or more.
Travis sent me a picture, and I will pull it up because Travis is one of my good friends. And
he is.
Yeah, I like Travis.
Whoa.
Travis is awesome.
I know, I'm kidding.
Yeah, so...
do you have friends, Tim?
I do. I know.
Places. Yes, I know. I was going to say, contrary to what the left think, men can have friends. It's not automatically a homosexual relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Friends too, like female friends who make sure he's still breathing.
Yeah.
My wife chair breathes.
Pretty black kitty.
Thank you. I took a breath.
That doesn't look like a cat.
Gallery.
No, it was. I believe that's Travis's wedding photo.
That's really cute. I am referring though to the fact that you told Keith you would show your cat, and then you were showing Travis's picture.
No, my other cat's here.
I still say she has daddy issues.
Barry.
This one is my baby panther bride.
Come on, cat.
Oh, I see an ear. Allie, get off, honey. Come on. Oh, she looks like White Girl.
Come on, cat. There you go.
She's pretty.
Yeah,
What's that kitty's name?
my cat. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties.
Oh, here's another stream link. Okay.
Oh, is that what that is?
Again, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Technical difficulties. Tears being tear. So, give me a chance to get everyone to populate, and we will continue the show. Yes, sorry about that. Push the wrong
All
button.
good. All good. Did the cat do it, or did you do it?
I did it. I will openly admit to it. My bad.
I'm not letting you blame the cat on this one.
I said I did it.
Hi, Allie. Don't walk on my keyboard, sweetie. Come on. Come on. I once accidentally opened my camera, but that stream's gone now, so.
You weren't supposed to live up to the tagline on my avatar here.
This cat.
I'm sorry.
Yes, little girl.
Oh man.
Did you put in a link in the new stream to the new one?
I need to put it. I'm gonna put it up on the Twitters and everything.
Round 2.
Fight!
Hopefully there'll be no trouble in chat.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me. It bothers me more when motherfuckers fuck with my friends than it actually bothers when they fuck with me. I care less.
Please.
My grandmother didn't raise a little bitch, so. Post and send it out.
Oh, that was the one thing I didn't mean to say. It's like with the trolls, but like if you guys can come over here and do this, you better at least subscribe. Like,
Yeah.
at least commit.
Yeah, like goddamn.
Well, check. Did you get some new subscriptions today?
I think I
probably
did.
didn't get shit.
Almost done.
Stop.
So this stream will be a two-parter. Yep. Sorry about that, guys. Again, my bad. I pushed the wrong button.
So we both ran aground and capsized. That's fun.
Ran aground, capsized, caught fire, and blew the powder magazine.
But somehow we're still back.
They'd remember.
Managed not to sink.
We're all on the light. No, we made to the lifeboats. We're on the raft.
Women and children first.
Oh, we're fucked.
I'm a woman.
Well, just remember.
So am I.
Tyr did it his way.
That was one of the last pictures of my kitty taken.
Aww.
Oh, we got the same cat.
Cute little bib.
That's disturbing, given that Rutten just said his past.
The same coloration.
She was kind of retarded. She acted like a dog occasionally. Like one time when we still had the living room in the basement of my folks' house, for some odd reason, she Persian and came down the stairs. I was heavily into Pokemon at the time, so shut up. I don't care. But we went through the whole thing of like everyone started calling my brother, my mom, my dad. I'm the furthest away. Like I was just like, it's like I don't remember exactly how I called her, but she walked past everyone and straight to me. And my parents, my dad's just like, what the fuck? Cats don't do that.
So when we got, it was a cat we had, and it was like really small. And when we got her, she was a kitten, and she could get between the wall and the couch. And whenever you walk by, she would attack your ankles. So I'm walking by, I'm half asleep, and she got there and she attacked my ankles. Well, she started getting her claws, and she got me good. So I screamed, "God damn it, cat!" My mother goes, "Why?" I said, "Your motherfucking pit beast and got me." And since then, I called, because her name was Baby, because my mother liked simple names. She was Baby the Pit Beast to me.
Baby the Pit Beast.
Yeah, because I was half asleep, and she would get, like I said, she would get between the couch and the wall, and you couldn't get to her, but she could reach out and scratch you.
Was this a cat?
Yes. It was a little kitten. When we first got her, you could hold her in the palm of your hand. And when she started going up and down the steps, that's when she started started attacking people. She was a little monster.
You're getting territorial. This is my ground.
Well, you do know that you do not own a cat. A cat owns you.
Yeah. Yes. Anybody who knows animals and the common American pets knows that dogs are owned, cats are owners.
We didn't domesticate cats; they domesticated us.
And the funny thing about it is, I used to have a cat. Her name was Spooky. And whenever I come in from work, I used to have a 2-bedroom apartment, and the way my apartment was set up, the couch was right there just by the door, front door. So she'd be waiting in the window for me. She knew when I'd get home generally, and she'd be waiting in the window for me. And then by the time the door opened, she was on the couch, on the back side of the couch, and she'd start her talking, which was pretty much, you know, like, "Why'd you leave me so long? Where's my dinner?"
You got lectured by your cat.
Man,
every cat ever.
So my cat, whenever I come home from work, she greets me at the door. She rubs up against me, and then she'll walk right to her food bowl. So I know what she wants.
Nice.
And she'll just sit there and stare at me while I'm taking off like my bag and whatnot, and she'll stare until I feed her.
Yeah, you want judgmentalism from an animal?
Get a cat.
Spend several days in the hospital and get home to your cat.
You know why cats have a special place in my heart? So when my mom died, I was really going through some shit. And if I didn't have to take care of her cat, I would not have eaten myself. It is because that cat kept bothering me to feed her. I got up and went downstairs. And I had the mentality of, well, I'm already down here. Let me get something to eat. So that's why cats have a special place in my heart.
Well, it was the incentive to have to be there to take care of my monsters. That I wasn't suicidal. I was just depressed and grieving and all kinds of messed up in the head for a little bit. And it definitely contributed to taking care of myself because somebody had to be here.
Somebody else to take care of.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
That runs in the family a little bit because my grandmother had like high blood pressure and some stuff, but as long as she had my grandfather to take care of, she took care of herself. As soon as he had to be put in a home because she couldn't take care of him anymore because his Alzheimer's and dementia was getting too bad. She stopped taking her blood pressure medicine. Stopped taking care of herself, and a series of TIAs and other mini strokes. She eventually ended up being just as not right in the head as he was.
You know, and I find that fascinating. Not to compare a human life to an animal's life, but they say people with pets live longer. You know, and maybe that's because we have to take care of something.
There's that, but at least for cats, simply the process of petting them lowers blood pressure.
Yeah,
that's also true of dogs, actually.
Eases anxiety and stuff like that. But what dogs can't pull off, the purring in cats is at the exact frequency to maximize therapeutic benefit and healing.
I'm going to call BS on that. Will, you're a biased source at being a cat yourself. You're going to promote your brethren.
Cheer, that's actually been proven.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons why cats are so durable and comparatively hard to kill. It's basically one of their cheat codes in the universe.
Speaking of that, since you brought that up, I have to play this one. Let me save this really quick.
Oh God, if this is something about cats and video games, we've got issues.
Oh, I was about to say, we know it's not something about Mary.
No, Angela, would I do that?
Yes.
Oh, that's a bullshit, all y'all. Cat. Y'all remember the
No. Speaking of cats and video games.
I just love that. It's just like, you really think I would do that? A unanimous yes.
It's like we know him or something.
I know. This is fucking unfair. Well, WillItForge, I was amazed to see you in a movie role. And I think I want to play it for my friends. Now, this is a young WillItForge, you know, in his first horror movie. Very young WillItForge.
Oh, tell us what the dark side of the movie.
Yeah, I'll tell you, cleaning my fur after this scene was a nightmare.
Why'd you drop the gun?
But I mean, I gotta tell you, that guy was committed to his craft. He was, he's a method actor. Last scene he ever did. But
and great, we have the introduction of war.
I'm grossed out.
I'm amazed that you could fit down there, Will.
Well,
Can you eat them from within or something?
Again, Will, bravo.
Oh, there's more to it than that.
Yeah, there is.
Oh.
He was the one that insisted on doing it with practical effects and method acting. So I mean,
I could play the rest of the scene. I could play the other scene, into that
no,
scene.
No, that's okay.
You sure?
Yeah. I think we're
right,
fine.
I won't. This time. But I love Tales from the Dark Side.
I did too, actually. I'm not creeped out or anything. I just...
Have you ever seen the first Creep Show? Was the first Creep Show with the oil slick?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that was the second one.
The first Creep Show had Jordy Verrill. You lunkhead.
Yeah.
That was Stephen King.
Yep.
Yes.
Meteor shit. Poor Jordy.
And you know the little boy that was in the wraparound story
Yes.
that was reading the comic book?
Hold on, really quickly. To answer Green Badger, I believe that is the lead singer from the Dolls. Let me make sure. So go ahead, James. I'm just answering that one.
Anywho, the boy that was in the wraparound story was Stephen King's son.
I didn't know that.
And there's a story behind that where Stephen King was in his costume from Creepshow, and the boy had a black eye makeup from one of the scenes, and they'd stopped at McDonald's. They get about.
They
get their order.
Wait a minute, James. That's it's saying it's Matthew Lawrence.
Yeah, it was it Matthew or was it Joey?
I just went to the Wikipedia page and said Matthew Lawrence.
Yeah.
It was Timmy. And William Hickey.
He picked up his kid after filming, James. Like his kid was at baseball practice or something like that, and he ended up with a black eye.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was. They get about just a little ways down the road from the McDonald's and get pulled over by the cops.
And Green Badger, yes, that was the lead singer.
Actually, it wasn't even that he got pulled over by the cops. What happened was when he went into the place, the people working there saw the kid's black eye and called the cops on him to make sure that the kid wasn't being abused.
Man, I'm looking at the cast for this movie. Debbie Harry, Steve Buscemi, Christian Slater, William Hickey. And these are the names I know. This was a pretty star-studded cast.
It was. Last story.
Both of the movies had a pretty all-star cast.
You talking about the first Creepshow? Creepshow and
the
Tales from the Dark Side?
Was it Creepshow or was it? Actually, both sets of movies had solid casting. Pick them.
Oh shit! They had fucking what's his name? Leslie Nielsen as a villain.
Yeah, and he was a straight guy, straight role.
Yes, he was the villain.
I can hold my breath
a long time.
Oh, every time I think of Leslie Nielsen as the villain, I think of Surf Ninja.
Yeah.
No.
If I think of Leslie Nielsen in a straight role, I automatically think of the Poseidon Adventure.
Well, you gotta remember,
as the villain.
Yes, as a villain.
Otherwise, I always see like Airplane or Naked Gun.
Yes.
See, I'm weird. The first thing that I see is the Poseidon Adventure when you say Leslie Nielsen.
Shit, there was a Western that Jeff Goldblum, he was the villain in that one. Well, he was the villain in Fly, but that was the only villain role I ever seen him in.
Because of how many times I watched it, I always hear Jeff Goldblum, and I think of his role as the hoodlum in the first Death Wish movie.
I hate you, rich cunts!
Watch the Autiste, mother.
I
think I'm gonna watch that after this.
You believe in God, Judy? Yes? Well, you're gonna meet him.
That's in number 2.
Is it number 2?
Yes.
You're right.
Because in number 1, the 3 assault his wife and daughter are never seen again.
You're right.
That's why Jeff Goldblum is considered uncredited in it.
I swear to God, that is Denzel Washington in that role.
No, it's Lawrence Fishburne in the role in the second one.
No, Denzel Washington played one of the hoods in one of the movies. And either the first or the second one. Definitely.
If I yelled, I apologize, Green Badger.
I'm sorry.
And yes,
No.
Silverado
Stop.
was a really good.
Stop. Sorry, my cat's trying to get my donuts.
Cake would kill ya.
No chocolate for you, honey.
And Will, for your meme, I still like my one of Jesus, where it's like, Jesus, you're in the way. Fuck you, I am the way.
You have the Johnny Hellcat.
Yep.
Isn't that Salem?
Back when I
Yes, it's Salem from the
Sabrina
the Teenage Witch.
Yep.
The original.
Back when I was still smoking, my favorite one, anytime asked me for a light, it was, no, what you seek is fire. I am the light.
I can't with you. I wake up in the morning, I look at James, I go, I can do this, and I can't.
I mean, my response probably would have been like, well, you need to change the batteries because you're being pretty dull.
Dim.
Dull or dim?
Both.
Silverado was a good movie. The Magnificent Seven was pretty. I love the Magnificent Seven.
Oh hell! And then because of if y'all watched Noir Bar at all, but mainly AAA yesterday, because of them bringing up the westerns and apparently Polly not liking Hateful Eight and them having a whole argument of it, which was a big whatever to me. I was like, I ought to recommend Bullets for the Dead to Polly. I think he might get a kick out of that.
Honestly, Bullets
I
for the Dead
liked
was
the
a good
Hateful
movie.
Eight. It was cute.
Bullets for the Dead wasn't a bad movie.
Well, I mean, like, I'm not gonna critique on Polly too much for that whole thing, because like I already know Drunkle's gonna jump. A lot of people jump down my throat for saying flat out the first Joker movie is super overrated.
Agreed.
Like, yes, Joaquin Phoenix is a good actor, I'm not denying that, but that fucking movie is completely overrated.
All right,
Which
I think
one?
The one
the
that's
Joker.
taxi driver. Is it the taxi driver? And
Al Pacino.
yeah, no, it's basically two other movies where they turned around and renamed the main character to the Joker. It's a combination of two movies that already exist, beat for beat. It's nuts.
I'm going to say Joaquin Phoenix in certain roles because I hated him as Napoleon.
I didn't see him.
That could falls in that whole thing of like to where it could be just bad direction.
Well,
because
I think it was poorly cast.
It could be that. Because, like, yeah, like Clint Eastwood, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, does the whole thing of where he doesn't really direct as much. He kind of lets the actors do the thing, but from what it sounds like, he also goes and finds the right actors to the role. That's like because, like, apparently, like Spielberg humbled the shit out of Matt Damon.
Really?
During Saving Private Ryan, because basically, it's like they had the whole thing of like. He's like, okay, if we do it one more time, I think I got like know what I have to do to get this one right. He's like, or I could just hire someone who does what I say so I can get what I want out of them from an actor. And he's just like, oh shit.
Wow.
You know, and it's not like freaking oh god, the one that everyone goes to it's not, I don't think it's who did The Shining? Kubrick, yeah. Of how like his thing with what's her name almost got her to like basically got her to quit acting for a long time.
Yeah.
Shelley Duvall.
Yeah,
for being
just
a
died.
complete fucking dickhead.
Well,
but he would
I
do
read that
hundreds of takes with everyone.
I read, that they did like over 100 takes, and she was no longer acting; she was being genuine, and her hair was falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, my cat.
So from this is how it went down with that one. He in order to get a live reaction from her, he had her isolated. Like the cast and crew couldn't talk to her.
Oh yeah, he berated her himself. Like he's doing what some directors do, where they look for that genuine response of that, and it works for some directors, and others they're just a fucking asshole.
It was the scene where Jack Nicholson's character like snapped at her, and she was backing up with the bat.
Yeah, because she
wasn't acting there, and I guess they kept changing the script, and Jack Nicholson didn't even bother reading them because he knew it was going to change again.
Oh shit!
Yeah. That sounds like fucking what was that movie? The Island of Dr. Moreau.
Oh, where was it Marlon Brando, to where he never read the script? He had actually, and also the reason why he was wearing a hat was because he had an
earpiece in.
No, he was trying to make him want to put a blowhole on his head.
Oh no, he wanted to have an ice bucket to cool him down because it was that fucking jungle and it was hot as hell.
Yeah, but since he had to have the earpiece because he didn't learn fucking anything. Nor did he lose the weight that he was supposed to lose for it.
They originally the main hero was supposed to be Val Kilmer's character, but he became an ass, and like by the end they fucking hated him because he was going through his divorce. Fairuza
Balk.
Yeah, she literally tried to escape because again it was only supposed to be for like a year shoot, and they were almost there for like fucking 3 years. Critical Drinker did a cinematic hell or production hell on that movie. That shit was fucking wild. Like the most.
Do you know Fairuza Balls was
Fairuza
in a
Balk.
Return to Wizard of Oz?
Yes,
she was.
That was one of her first movies. It was the
She was
Return
in the
to Oz, and she played Dorothy. Yeah, I know she was in The Craft. Before she was in The Craft, she was Dorothy in Return to Oz.
I didn't know that. She is to Oz.
South Park did an episode on that corpse, Spooky Fish.
And Return to Oz, you want to watch a creepy ass movie that might not have been intended to be as creepy as it was? That is a creepy ass movie.
Because it's supposed to be.
Yes, it is.
That movie was freaking terrifying. I loved it. I had such a good time with that movie.
I enjoyed it.
You know what I realized?
Yeah.
A lot of childhood stories or children's movies in the early 80s, late 80s, early 90s were fucking scary.
It's because parents actually watched them with the kids and talked to them about them later, so kids were not like as terrified as they are now when they're just sat in front of the TV and said, "Hey, watch this."
Remember?
Don't get me started on Labyrinth.
Oh fucking hell!
Oh, Labyrinth scared the absolute.
Labyrinth, wait, are we talking Labyrinth? You know, starring David Bowie's Junk, co-starring David.
Yes.
Bowie?
Yes.
Yes.
I got a copy of that around here.
Labyrinth turned around. I was scared to death of those freaking things that juggle their heads.
The Wild Gang hanging out with the Wild Gang.
The Headhunters.
I don't know what the hell they were called. All I know is they juggled their damn heads and it freaked me the fuck out. Like
that's where the Headhunters.
Your heads are not supposed to come off. Don't do that shit.
So
take off your head.
So that is one of 3 movies I can sing the entire score to. The other being Little Shop of Horrors, and one of 2 movies because I can't remember the other one. Little Shop of Horrors and The Labyrinth. I can sing every song by heart, perfect pitch.
What you're saying is the one reminds you of The Babe.
The Babe with the Power.
Power of voodoo.
Who do?
You do. Remind me of the babe.
I
Goblin
actually
Babe.
like that song.
I saw my baby trying hard as babe could try. What could I do?
I gotta watch Little Shop of Horrors again sometime soon.
I played that song the day David Bowie died. I played that song on repeat the entire fucking day. That was my tribute to him.
Okay.
Did I either want to watch that?
I'm sure he appreciated it.
My coworkers didn't, but I'm sure he did.
I'm just looking. It's like, I saw Alien before I was 10. I saw Poltergeist probably as soon as it came out on cable because we were visiting my grandparents and they had a satellite dish because the Upper Peninsula.
I can't remember when the first time I saw Poltergeist was. I'm pretty sure I was in Connecticut at the time. The first time I saw it.
I've told y'all this shit before, but I had a My Buddy doll, and I was like 5 or 6, and I saw fucking Chucky. And I didn't have a My Buddy doll after that.
We couldn't afford actual My Buddy and Kid Sister dolls.
Mm-hmm.
But my brother had we each had a knockoff one. And my brother was not afraid of... He would sit and watch Child's Play with his... He called it Fred Buddy. But he would sit and watch Child's Play with Fred Buddy and go, yeah, see... He'd talk to him about how awesome the kills were.
Okay, that's creepy.
I'm sitting here going, we are a strange family because I saw Jaws when I was 2, and from the moment that I was 2 until like my junior year of high school, I wanted to be a marine biologist because of Jaws.
Go ahead, James.
For the age of 10, I'd seen Legend.
Yeah, I've seen Legend.
The Wraith.
The what?
The Wraith.
The Wraith.
Okay.
There's a Charlie Sheen movie where he came back from the dead with a kick-ass car and was killing people.
Yeah,
okay.
I remember that.
Maximum Overdrive. Pet Cemetery. Wait, no. Pet Cemetery came later.
I was going to say, Pet Cemetery didn't come out until after we were...
Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
The one with Gary Busey?
Yes.
Gary Busey was in Silver Bullet?
Yeah.
Yes, he was the uncle.
Oh, that's right. Okay, I keep forgetting about him. I just remembered that the guy from Twin Peaks was the priest that was actually... Oh... Spoilers, sorry.
I just ran into
18.
Bravo's list 100 scariest movie moments going down. I was like, oh, there's a couple of movies on here I haven't seen. I'm gonna have to check them out.
My
All right.
I mean, I saw Jaws when I was 2. I saw Friday the 13th. I might have still been 2, but it might have... No, I think it came out when I was 3, and I saw it in the theater with my mom.
Well, Friday the 13th is 1980. Jaws is 75,
oh, yeah.
I
okay.
think it was.
Yeah, 75, I saw it. If it was 1980, I was like 4 at the time. So...
And Halloween 3 really fucked me up as a kid. Because nothing will screw you up like thinking about a mask melting to your face.
Happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Happy Halloween, Silver Shamrock.
No, my horror movie moment that screwed me up was the guy in Poltergeist peeling his face off in the sink.
And none of these movies has messed me up. Maybe because I was already messed up, but none of these movies has messed me up.
I literally cannot watch that scene. I saw it once, and I will not watch it again. Though I've seen that movie hundreds of times.
Yeah, after Halloween 3, I refused to wear a mask.
So that means that's your real face? Oh God!
Damn, Skippy.
You might want to reevaluate that mask thing.
Yeah, he totally looks like Dean Martin.
Yes, I am a sexy bitch. No, actually, I look like
Sloth from the Goonies.
Marlon Brando 8, Dean Martin.
James, I remember we saw your face before. You look like Sloth from the Goonies.
Hey, you guys!
Baby Roof?
No shit.
So I didn't really do it for movies too much, but it like too many of them didn't bother me too much when they were adults because at a younger age, it's like I knew adults could be evil. I don't know why the first Leprechaun movie fucked with me when I was little, but it was something about a small person. Like
I didn't see Leprechaun when I was little, but it certainly would not have.
It did not scare me. It just made me laugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I got.
You gotta figure Jaws, Alien, Poltergeist, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Carrie, Night of the Living Dead. None of these messed me up when I was young. So,
see, the only movie that there were two movies that I was not allowed to watch before I turned 13.
What movies were that?
One of them was The Exorcist, and I think the reason for that is self-explanatory. The second one was literally because they knew that if they let me watch it, my cousins and my brother would want to watch it, and they would have nightmares for weeks. They knew I would be fine, and they thought it sucked that I couldn't watch it. But they knew my brother and my cousins would have nightmares forever. So I was not allowed to watch Alien until I was 13. Because that's when my aunt moved out of my house. And my cousins went with her.
Half of the really crazy ones that I watched ended up seeing it like Grandma and Grandpa's house.
Yep, there it is.
But, I never went there without my parents. It was a 6-hour drive away. I couldn't drive.
And here, I believe it's not yup, there it is. That is whoop. There it is.
There it is.
my bad. I've learned something new.
Let's see.
No, what I was about to say was most of the horror stuff that I watch, as an adult, I actually like being scared.
Some of the horror stuff of watching as an adult has been better. The ones that have fucked me up the most have been predominantly the Asian horror movies because, goddamn, some of those ones just they are.
They know how to do.
They can do horror,
low horror,
and we're not talking about like Ringu or the fucking Grudge or shit like that. Like,
Shudder was pretty intense.
Shudder
was definitely intense.
The Eye,
Suicide Club.
No, I think the scariest thing I've seen of late will forever be Hereditary. That shit fucked.
That dude did very well at that movie. Like,
I am
still thoroughly impressed. All I have to say is Floating Woman and Piano Wire and like that actress, you got to give her like her props for doing that whole thing as if it was a marionette was fucking on point.
Shit, the when he banged his head on that goddamn table, and he heard the.
I think if I've seen
Yeah. Solstice and Hereditary were awesome movies. I loved them.
Solstice.
Midsummer.
Or
Midsummer.
Midsummer.
Midsummer was a horrifically beautiful
mindfuck.
Yeah, because Midsummer's not supposed to be more of like a horror movie. Like it's one of those weird ones that, depending on how you look at it, can have multiple views of like who's actually the bad guy.
Yeah.
I mean, in all reality, it's no one is a good person.
Yeah, it's a movie full of not good people.
And I will definitely say it is. I will definitely say that I do believe that would be like the better spiritual successor to The Wicker Man. And no, I do not mean the Nicolas Cage remake. I love Nicolas Cage, but he really, really, really should have said no to that one.
Again, I said it then, I'm going to say it now. America doesn't have the same trappings or the same history to pull off something like that.
Well, we could, but it wouldn't be so. It wouldn't be so. It'd still be pagan, but it wouldn't be so Eastern pagan.
Yeah.
Or I should say, not Eastern, European pagan.
I could see if it would done more of a Native American flavor to it.
Yeah, I could see that.
You do Native American, like Native American, whether it be like just of the regular USA or plausibly somewhere in like Canada and that whole thing.
Shit, I got one better for you.
Work.
That would be
Well, that's why
a great.
it had to be a Dutch town.
No. Here's the even better one. If they did the Wicker Man in the style of a Mayan type thing, where it's the Mayan shit, where they have to like cut open the heart and whatnot to sacrifice to the harvest gods.
So basically, Apocalypto.
Modern Apocalypto, yes.
I think the Wicker Man was just people that are obsessed with Martha's Vineyard and like,
well,
what could possibly happen on an island like that.
Have you seen the first one?
Yo, Mr. Scott.
What? No, I haven't seen the original Wicker Man.
Okay, highly recommend the first one. It's just gonna be weird seeing Sir Christopher Lee without any facial hair.
Oh.
And all the nudity.
But the first one is just, for like a 1970s movie, so fucking good. Because the ending is left so open. Because it's meant to be that. It's all meant to be speculation. And just with the way they did the remake, like, we can't leave speculation in there.
It gave that explanation was fucking dumb.
Like, basically, all the Nicolas Cage one did was it's like pull through that and say, well, you know what? Instead of looking at a patriarchal figure, we're going to have a matriarchal figure. And we're going to do everything else the same for the most part. Except the men are going to have their tongues cut out.
Which makes no fucking sense.
And exponentially less music. Like, the original Wicker Man is almost a musical.
Yeah. I would agree with you on that sentiment.
Well, there's another movie that's just as good as those two. That's Shutter Island. Did you ever see
Shutter
that
Island was good. I actually really liked Shutter Island. I don't think there's any similarity between that and The Wicker Man.
Wait, is Shutter Island the one with DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where he thinks he's a detective?
Yes.
Then there's no similarities in that one, because you have to remember, for The Wicker Man, that whole thing is about the pagan aspect of whether or not whether or not this is legitimately going to help their crops. Shutter Island is if he says to DiCaprio to one on an island, that is him trying to remember that he's responsible for his wife's death and then did everything to forget it.
No, what I was talking about as far as like the same thrill and rush that you got from like Midsummer and Hereditary, you get that from Shutter Island also.
I don't get that. I will politely step away from this because I don't get that at all.
I say we move on since we're. I mean, granted, we're only towards like the 45 minute or 45 minutes mark for this one, but we're almost at the full 2 hour mark.
Yeah, we're almost at the full 2 hour mark. I'll be right back, guys. So talk with yourself.
Okay.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
So does anyone remember the first movie I said I might want to watch after this? Because I can't remember what it was.
Death Wish.
Death Wish. Okay.
Yeah, it was.
So now I'm going to toss it between Death Wish, Labyrinth, and because of seeing the thing earlier for it, I kind of want to rewatch the first Boondock Saints movie.
Ooh.
I like
Boondock Saints.
The second movie is not as bad as a lot of people try to give it shit for. It is obviously not as good as the original, but
You're
when
not
you
gonna catch that kind of.
It's very, very rare. But you also have several years of one being considered a cult classic and not having the big theatrical review or it's like debut to then going into that one.
Because I actually liked the second Boondock Saints.
The second Boondock Saints is not terrible. It is not the first because of just everything the first did. But again, it was more close. It's like not exactly, but it was kind of closer to like guerrilla filming, and it had the more grit of like inexperience in a way.
William Dafoe's character in Boondock Saints is hilarious.
Oh, he's amazing. And then my only real criticism, I shouldn't say real, but one of my criticisms of the second one is like, okay, so they go from 15 round mag suppressed Beretta 92s to Desert Eagles. No. That makes no sense. It would make more sense for them to say, hey, we're going to go away from the Berettas and go to Glocks.
Whoop-ass enchiladas.
Whoop-ass fajitas.
Same difference.
Ding dong, motherfucker. Ding dong.
Okay.
So, the Hispanic character, when he busts in the door...
I need Nasta La Vista line too fucking quick.
Oh, man. You broke in the door, didn't you? Ah, man, I like the second Boondock Saints, but it came too late after the first one.
Yeah, it's that whole thing of you have a cult classic and you try to make a sequel to a cult classic.
Yes, and it didn't land as well.
Because it was a cult classic, you really should not ever try to sequelize.
I mean, there are some, like when they did the Samurai Cop and they did Samurai Cop 2, that shit was fucking hilarious.
I've never seen either of those movies.
Well, that's why, like I said, of that whole thing of it's very hard to have a sequel be considered as good, if not better than the original. Well, the only ones for most people, especially for like mine and Tears generation, maybe a little of Gen X, not too many, is typically going to be like the second Terminator movie.
I have issues calling that a cult classic.
Well, I'm not saying not saying a cult classic, but to consider the sequel to be as good, if not, which is very, very rare, and I haven't met anyone that too often will say that there is a sequel better than the original.
All right.
Well, there's
I like. Go ahead.
almost any James Cameron movie that has a sequel.
Now, see, like one of my main ones.
Technically, Alien wasn't by James Cameron. Any sequel that James Cameron did during
I mean, yes, Badger USPs would have worked as well.
Because
you would get that
Aliens was as good as Alien.
Yeah, it's almost time to stop.
Well, that's why I said it considered as good, very rarely better. One that I will actually say I think was as good as the original, if not in a lot of cases better, is the second Expendables movie. Reason being is, and not to necessarily just throw shit at Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone tried to make the first Expendables movie half serious, half comedy, but he didn't know how to blend it. So instead, for the second Expendables movie, they had a little bit of seriousness in it of where it needed it, but so much of it was just comedy and action, a mix. So it was more of an action comedy, and they did it well.
Okay, I haven't seen those. I need to check this.
Right, it's time. You know what to do.
Well, as far as the sequels being better than the original, I'm going to go with Return of the Killer Tomatoes.
Oh,
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
I was gonna say the only time that a cult classic can have a good sequel is when the original was shit too.
I love both Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I love the first one more than I love the second one.
But you have to know that they are not good movies.
Actually, for a sequel that was still pretty good and damn near as good as the original, I would consider most of the Dead movies until you get to Diary.
Yes, but I had gone back to the cult classic and why you should not make a sequel.
I was gonna say, well, if you look at the Night of the Living Dead, the sequel to that was made pretty soon after.
I got one for y'all. The best. All right, the first Ninja Turtles was. The second one was great. The third one we don't speak of.
You're full of shit.
We don't speak of the third one.
No, you're full of shit because one, the second was not as good as everyone remembers because Jim Henson made it that they could not use their weapons. 3, so actually, no, it'd be 2 technically. Well, B, the third movie was not as bad as people want to give it shit for because time travel is actually very prevalent in the Ninja Turtle series. It's not just science fiction. It is supernatural. So the way of having supernatural time travel would work. And you had to go somewhere that wouldn't work. That's where you could get a different villain that wasn't the Shredder. Because having the same villain return works for some cartoons, especially if they're not serialized, if they are just episodic. But when you start getting to serialized, it does not work. And since they had the Super Shredder in the second, they had to go to a different villain.
Again,
And then when you actually add the fourth movie into it, because yes, there is a fourth movie to that series, it's the CGI movie. And I don't mean the fucking Michael Bay one. It's the 100% CGI that has Star Trek captain Jean-Luc Picard as one of the voices. The voice actors.
Thank you. I might look that one up right. I didn't know
that one they actually allude to potentially the Shredder coming back. But no, in almost every single that I'm aware of, in every single Ninja Turtles TV show and comic, time travel happens in every single one, and it's predominantly pretty supernatural for most of it.
Cool. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Closing time.
You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here.
Funny part is that was actually a song he made because of having a child.
Really?
The nights we hell, it's time to go.
Key, are you doing anything anytime soon? Keith? All right. Tonight's a talking to Void Knight, right?
Hi, yes.
All right, so
She's here. I think she's probably just arguing with her kitty cat, and the kitty cat's being loud.
It's okay.
No, she's gone.
Well.
Oh, we lost her. Kyivedam. Kyivedam.
I'm just going to go with I think Key's cat got on the keyboard again.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
No, we couldn't hear you for a moment, or for that time frame. We're just gonna blame it on your kitty cat being a kitty cat. No, and that's not even being mean.
Try like no.
Cat's gonna cat.
Yeah.
Kitty
Tonight's
cat,
Talking
gonna
is the
kitty
Void
cat.
Night. So if you go to Rotncorpse channel, you will find us talking shit with probably Will and Mitch. Angela, you will be playing games with Mr. Adam on his channel Monday about 10:30.
Yes, sir.
It happens, Keith. No worries.
It's all good.
Ain't your fault. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing.
James is James. You'll find him somewhere.
Talking shit on Twitter.
More likely. Catchbringer this week a gaming stream or a paint drying?
Gonna be a gaming stream. We have back-to-back odd weeks, so fun stuff happens.
What game are you playing?
Still working on the grounded playthrough with Moonshock. Trying to pull out the full story plus the expansion.
There's an expansion? Might have to look into that.
They added a metric ton of content since that went, was in the early access world.
I might have to hop on and give it a go. You can find me and Angela, Dr. Functional, and Mitch Nemo doing Never Watch Alone. This week, I believe we're doing a Jason flick fan film and something else because that's only about an hour long.
Oh, and I was also going to say, if you wanted to hear something else from us for a movie review, we did review Lord of War last week.
And it was fucking amazing.
And because I don't currently have any overtime this week, I want to dig into the 2008 Heller decision, and eventually my ass is going to make a video on it. Okay. Since everyone just wants to talk about the dissent.
Okay.
And the decision is so much more important.
Oh, yeah.
You can find me, Mitch Nemo, and Dr. Functional, and whoever decides to join us for our my meetings night, which is Mondays. We play Star Trek Online, and usually we talk entertainment or whatever crosses our fancy. So anybody that wants to join in can join in.
And Keith, shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens, Keith. We're good. We're cool.
No worries. Pet your kitty. Have a good knife. Knife.
Have a good knife. Yes.
I mean, granted, you should have a good knife, whether it be a pocket knife, kitchen knife. Both of those are not interchangeable usually, but you should have a couple of good knives.
Wow. Hey, what else?
It
Blades are
definitely
important.
makes life easier.
I mean, hey, while I promote gun ownership, I do promote owning some good knives as well.
I have a good knife.
Good knife to all and to all.
Freedom seed dispensers are important, as are bladed weapons, a bludgeon or two.
Next week,
variety is the spice of life there.
Yeah. All right.
And you never know what's going to be, what situation you're going to find yourself in.
Wait a minute.
Before we end the stream, I'd like to give some parting words.
Okay.
Remember, every woman is a doll. Now, whether it's Barbie doll, Annabelle,
Or blow up.
Or whether it's Barbie doll or Annabelle, that's just depends on how crazy they are.
Every woman's bi.
Well,
whether it's polar or sexual, depends.
Wow.
Hey, just remember,
Doesn't
every
have to
dude
be
can
a
idiot.
doll.
I was gonna say, just remember, every dude's an idiot. Just sometimes we're Rain Man idiots. A lot of times we're not.
Yeah. Next week we'll have the lovable Genty Maxie. I'll message her tonight. Just a reminder that she will be on. After that will be the one ton hammer. So that's always great. And then the following, the 17th, it will be Jack Gunsky. So be sure to come out and watch those.
I really hate living in an apartment sometimes when I can hear my neighbor's door get knocked on.
Since Key dropped out, Angela, could you pick 1, 2, or 3?
Well, she might still be in chat, so give her a chance to pick 1, 2, or 3.
Key, if you're still in chat, could you pick 1, 2, or 3? F4 Key was
Is that 1, 2, or 3?
All right.
Hold on. She's rolling a randomizer.
She was hitting F4 to pay respect.
She put F's in chat.
Hey man, you gotta. Sometimes you just gotta make sure you put that respect on that name.
Yeah, you can still call. Yeah.
And remember, it is not respect in that one. It is RESPEK.
Click
put
the
some
link.
Respect on it.
Keith.
Put some respect on the name.
When you say my name, put some respect on it.
When you refer.
Did y'all see that bill that I posted in from Facebook?
The what?
When I originally saw it, I was on my phone, so it doesn't show the whole thing for it, like Twitter.
I'm so sorry. I'm so stupid.
Hey, shit happens.
Shit happens.
Well, I didn't even get to talk much anyway, so.
Sometimes you
So
gotta.
why the fuck am I on?
You're sitting there being like, "I'm so stupid," and like, Tier, me, Will, and
Talking about
James
horror
are like,
movies.
"Fuck, we're idiots." Like,
we are.
I'm not an idiot. I'm just autistic.
I'm autistic too.
It's my autism, and I get to choose a special interest.
I'm a dude. I'm a guy. I have no.
Sorry
excuses.
for not partaking in the horror movie conversation. I didn't see many horror movies, so.
Neither did I as a kid.
I've only seen Alien, Carrie. I don't know. Others.
Those are both good movies.
They were good movies.
Mm-hmm. Don't Breathe.
That was.
Yes,
I
I
haven't
watched that
seen
one.
that one.
I thought that was a porno.
God damn it, James.
Don't spoil it.
I will say, from what I know of it, the fact that they made a sequel to it and tried to humanize the villain, I can agree that I don't like that they did that.
Is it the same guy, the blind guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Because even in the second or for the first one, like they went through and they tried to humanize him for like
Yeah.
spoilers. He has a woman chained up in the basement.
That he was. Yeah.
I haven't seen the sequel, so.
Yeah, there's a sequel one to where it's like they try to humanize him even further, and it's like, no, stop, just let the villains be villains. It's the reason why. Oh, go ahead.
I should really watch more movies. So.
I don't watch as many as I should. I used to, for quite a bit of while, watch What Culture Horror, and then go through some lists. So that's how I know quite a bit of them for some of them.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say you should watch more movies. If you enjoy watching movies, yes, you watch more movies.
Why do you enjoy?
If you don't enjoy watching movies, do what you enjoy. With that said, my parting words are always go to the movies. But
your parting words are always go to the theater.
That's true.
See?
Yes, you leave a little bit of vagueness on that.
Because that could include the movie theater or the actual theater.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going and seeing another actual like Broadway-esque play.
I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I hate the fact that humanity exists, and I can't get people to shut the fuck up. That's why I haven't.
Yeah, the thing is,
yet.
there's not that many that I'd want to go see that I haven't already seen on that. So I started asking myself, do I want to get over my fears and issues enough to try and get on the stage again?
All right.
That would be.
I have to go because I got to use the bathroom. So,
All right.
1, 2, or 3, Keith.
What do you mean?
Pick
You'll see.
number 2. 1, 2, or 3.
The what?
It's the version of the closing that he does. So he has 3 different ones. You get to choose between 1, 2, or 3, which decides which ending it is.
I thought we were going with me singing, but okay.
Oh, well, you can do. Hey, if you want to do a live performance, go right ahead. Shit.
No.
I was gonna say it's
3, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say it's still you singing.
Yeah.
Well, not the first one, not the one that I botched the first time.
No, he made 3 different closeout video montages.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I thought you were talking about audio clips. I thought you were talking about audio clips.
No, man.
No.
It was just it's just
I don't know.
different like videos.
Do 3. Do the third one.
I was gonna say if you're gonna do something like that, he'd hit up like me to make fun of.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I thank you all for coming out, and I'm sorry for the accidental closing of the previous stream. Trust and believe I'll try to keep that from happening again.
Same here with my muted bullcrap.
We will be back next week. You know, hopefully Key will be able to join us sometime in the future. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. Midnight shift is clocking out. Bye-bye.
Bye, all.
Bye.
Latest.
We'll meet again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away.